Actually thought that it was the other way around, that you and me were the ones with the real deal, because I thought about you like all the time whenever you weren't there and talked about you like some kind of lovesick idiot, whereas Micah, he never really thought about Allie at all.
Because he didn't have to.
I think you have some very weird, very idealized version of their relationship, because it might interest you to know that he cheated on her, actually.
Okay.
Like several times with some extremely questionable specimens.
It's not cheating if it's an open relationship. And I don't think that it's any of my business, and it's really not cool that you're talking about him that way.
I just think it's interesting that your idea of a perfect relationship involves your boyfriend getting a BJ from the 15-year-old girl whose uncle owns the campground.
My idea of a perfect relationship involves being with someone and not feeling like I have to justify myself to someone who claims that they love me and then is constantly disappointed in me. I am tired of constantly disappointing you, Leo. Fuck you for telling me that about Micah. I did not want to know that.
Excuse me, I was going to the basement to do some laundry. I wondered if you had anything that needs to be washed.
No.
Well, are you sure? I haven't washed your sheets.
No!
Here.
Thanks.
Micah's parents are getting back together.
Okay, so that needs to be a much bigger deal. Because what's happening, Alla, is you're doing a lovely rehearsal.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you were stuck out here in no man's land forever. It wasn't organic. The whole point of me trying to give you the tea and the jacket and this is so you'll start to understand what behaving in an environment other than practicing auditioning is like. Your emotion is beautiful. But you have dynamite there. But out here, there's no established land here. We don't have it. You're not even in the set.
Yeah.
Now get the jacket. Get on the jacket. Redo your hair. There's ways we behave so we don't just stand and act. Because the scene is good. Ryan's doing great. But that beat, now we're just so ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
That reading and that excellent reading for Kit got you back in the scene. But then you don't know what to do. And you don't take the time to notice what real behavior is of human beings in these moments. You have those pillows. Maybe you have to touch it for support. Maybe, I said to you to wear all the rings. You've got, yes, but you had a ton on the other day. She looked current. She looked like she was at college. You know what I mean? There's no relationship of things that are landing you. So you're a beautiful foil for Ryan to do a great performance right now. But there is very little performance on your side because there's no nuance of point of view. That view is the same view and it doesn't redefine to you. The teacup redefines to you. It's how people, it's watching yourself now and other people with much more of a lens. The emotion is lovely. As said, it gives Ryan everything he needs. But I don't feel that she's a full human being. It's like, you do a good look and you do the tea once and then he enters. But now your acting has to go to another level. And in a little way with the other scene with Hector, you get a lot of gold because she is very passive and he does a lot. But she is activating this scene in 100 ways. Right now, Ryan's activating it, and the only thing I'll say is it means, and hear me, it's very good work, but you can't push to make up for Alla not doing as much. You have to have simple moments too, Ryan. Okay. So what's happening right now is all your choices are beautiful. And it's easy. If I was doing it and I could interject and say go again, right? And I was shooting it, easy. Just for you though, like when you were back, you had us in the palm of your hand on that chair with that water bottle and everything. All you have to do is see the image in your eyes and say those words.
Okay.
Yeah? But what is happening a little bit is I think you're making up a little bit for Alla's side. Which is that you're being a bit more interesting because you're lovely and true and heartfelt, but you don't live in the moment. There's nothing surprises you.
Yeah.
You're here or you're there, right? You have very little that's yours here. You've created a little island. You have your little pillow and your jacket and this. So even if he's getting to you and you look at your backpack as if, I'm gonna fucking leave, but these things aren't real to you, so your instinct or your nervous system doesn't take you to them. They don't surprise you in the moment, yeah? So I want to get back, come up here, let's get back to here where he's giving you the horrible news. Now go to pick up your jacket like you're going to leave, just do it for me as if you were going to put it on. And now you haven't put it on, so suddenly you haven't put it on, so it's still in, like you go and then you're interrupted, so it's still in your hands. So you're here and he says,
I just think it's interesting that your idea of a perfect relationship involves your boyfriend getting a BJ from the 15-year-old girl whose uncle owns the campground.
and now do something with it where you're going to protect yourself. Yep.
My idea of a perfect relationship involves not feeling like I have to justify myself to someone who claims that they love me and then is constantly disappointed in me. I'm tired of disappointing you, Leo.
Do something with the jacket.
I'm tired of disappointing you, Leo. And fuck you for telling me that about Mike. I did not want to know that.
Excuse me. I was going to the basement to do some laundry. I wondered if you have anything that needs to be washed.
No.
Are you sure? I haven't washed your sheets.
No! Thank you.
Don't be so nice with those hands. No. Be
No.
a little 13-year-old.
No! Thanks.
And now really wait. No, you're not ready. The rehearsal is to see where your instinct takes you. Maybe you need the pillow. Maybe you need to feel the warmth, right? So now you can't, but the tears can't run, so you have to go to the pillow, right? So instead of letting the tears run, go to the pillow. Go sit and let those pillows be your friend, your only friend in the room. Get a bit of tea to calm down with. Yeah, but once you've got it, you can touch it, that's right. And now you want to cover the tears, so without looking at him, bring up something to get yourself off the topic. No, you've still got a cup in your hand. So what I'm saying is, what happens, Alla, is you stop everything in order to act.
Yeah.
A teacup is there, place the first idea, and while you're going, get the teacup down.
You know, Mike's parents are getting back together.
What?
Yeah,
Oh no.
I know. I tried talking to them.
Right now, that's a lot of looking at him with a lot of tears in your eyes. So once again, so you can put it forth well. I tried talking to them. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. I tried talking to them. There they are. I tried talking to them.
I was like, I love you both, but
Just go back to the teacup.
really such a good idea for you guys, for Ethan. It was so weird. I felt like such an adult.
And what did they say?
He cried. He told me how proud he was of me and
Use the teacup.
how lucky Michael was to have me in his life. And she got all huffy and passive aggressive. And then they both assured me that it's what Michael would have wanted, which is both patently false and completely irrelevant.
Keep the teacup. It was your best friend. Yeah, which was both
Patently false and completely irrelevant.
They're gonna destroy that poor kid.
He's such a good kid.
He's a good kid, he really is.
It's a total shit show.
So you stay on her like nothing else, Ryan. He's a good kid. This is great. This is so much better. See if the teacup makes such a difference, right?
Yeah.
Suddenly we've got a life happening. We've got vulnerability and complexity. Good. That's it, guys.
They're gonna destroy that poor kid.
He's such a good kid.
He's a good kid.
One
It
kiss
really
out,
is.
Ryan, that's right.
Total shit show.
Don't act it, just want it.
I give up.
Maybe I give up with the teacup down. I give up.
I give up. I have to get back uptown.
Hang on, I want to read you something.
Leo, I'm already late.
It's short.
Keep behaving, so where you go, Alla, scratching your belly.
There is a field.
Leo,
You have to promise to listen with an open heart.
I gotta.
Please. Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about.
It's really beautiful, do it again. And I want you to relax on your speech. We get it, you've got a beautiful voice, you've got a stunning relationship. You don't have to, you're giving it, you're spoon feeding it to us a little bit, Ryan, and you don't need to, it's powerful.
Out beyond ideas of wrongdoing and right doing, there is a field. I'll meet you there. When the soul lies down in that grass, the world is too full to talk about. Let me touch you.
No.
You forgetting how our bodies are together?
No, I'm not. When I'm not furious at you, I'm worried about you. I don't want you to be someone who makes me sad every time I think about you.
Okay, Beck. I'll go to college.
No, his chest, his heart.
Fuck you.
One of us has turned our back on everything that the four of us used to believe in, and it isn't me.
Good, do the same thing that you did with the thing. Don't hit so hard on the words. You're wonderful, Ryan.
One of us has turned our back on everything that the four of us used to believe in, and it isn't me. Hey!
Can you do that line one more time, just sitting there for me, just for my own head? One of us has turned our back on it. He's articulate and he's fast.
One of us has turned our back on everything that the four of us used to believe in, and it isn't me.
And you don't need that much enunciation because your tongue is doing, your face doesn't need to enunciate that much because you are quite enunciated. You've got good muscles in your mouth. Go again.
One of us has turned our back on everything that the four of us used to believe in, and it isn't me.
Better. So much better. Excellent, 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 excellent. Come back, Alla. Wow, did that get somewhere? Good job. Ryan, did you feel how wonderful that was when you did that poem, dude. Wow. So good. You see the difference?
Yeah.
So good. But you know what? That's just rehearsal and playing and getting it like that, so then you can find out how simple you can be. When I teach that technique breakdown, I say lots of what we do is finding how simple we can be, but often you have to go to where Ryan went to in order to. That's why that it is about trust. Trust it's there, right? So you trusted it, and suddenly it did you, and it was fantastic, right, Alla? And standing in front of that. Now, why I said just because I had to intervene, because it's about a heart.
Yeah.
He gets you, and then he fucking does it to you again and says, you've disappointed me, or I've disappointed you, whatever. And suddenly that came to light. So, good. Thank you for helping me teach the class. And Alla, night and day, you are upgrading. Now it's always good, you're always good, but the difference between the actor who knows what that teacup can do. So what did that feel like? What did you learn?
It felt a lot better to actually be doing things, because I felt like I wasn't just sitting there waiting for the next
But it was
hit.
very justified with the moment.
Yeah.
So you had, because you can't let all those tears out there.
Yeah, and it did give me a
It was, which is fine, but it was of the moment.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm done. Oh, God, oh my God, and then in comes grandma. You know, I mean, it was great because we believe you're living in the circumstances of the world, and it takes some pressure off Ryan, because there's other clues.
Yeah.
Also, when you know, not looking at him so easily, it's fine in certain parts of the beginning. Now that you've done that, as said, that like, what I mean is, yeah, exactly. It might just be so subtle, and just for a minute, that pillow has become your friend. You don't own anything in the room, and you don't live here. So what we do as human beings is we create little homes for ourselves everywhere we go. Whether that's me with my little phone, and okay, because I did the camera today, my Kavita's not out, but it's in there. It's in there, as is some water and some octopus. A snack. That's the brain.
Yes.
Brain food. But suddenly we've got a little bit more life. So if you're new in the class and you're new into behaviour, it's not just behaving for no reason. The reason I set up the jacket was there's nothing that says I'm getting the fuck out of here, fuck you, better than putting on a jacket.
Yeah.
And it's likely in New York, if that's growing, we're somewhere around this time of year. We're not in snow yet,
Yeah.
but it's likely there's a
Yeah.
jacket, you know,
Yeah.
and she's probably riding a bike. Good. And it is, we never want to catch you, but those subtle little things can give you a bit of life, and it takes the pressure off the lines.
Yeah.
Right.
They came a lot easier. So one thing that I always worry is that the emotion's not going to come up, but then when I've got other things to focus on, it comes up a lot easier.
You're very
which is-
accessible. You've done good work on it, my friend.
Yeah.
You've got